Hi guys, it's Shanae and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm reacting to episode 20 of League of Nobleman. The previous episode was so interesting. I absolutely adored it. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll leave it up here. But before we do get into this video, I just want to say a quick massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. If you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions to things like League of Nobleman, the links for it will be in the description below, along with my social media, my PO box, and if you want to subscribe, that's also greatly appreciated. But now, without further ado, let's get into today's video.
我也是一时冲动，你能帮我向太后求求情吗？我真是一时糊涂，是那个卖蹄的人告诉我，计划万无一失，而且就算事情败露，主审官也会站在我这一边。谁知道现在出事，那龟孙子影儿都没了。
你口中那个卖蹄人，可是个俊朗的公子，
是个老头，看打扮像个船夫。
So probably the mysterious Mr. Can't remember his name.
我还有一事要劳烦于你。考试卷轴的封条上有一处霉点，或许是舞弊案的关键线索。你可有什么办法能查出些端倪
？This is my favorite look on him. What is that?
用糯米磨成波浆，用墨汁
Gelatinous
勾兑，
one,
再烘烤成薄
which
如
is
蝉
why
叶
it got moldy.
这样用手指上的薄汗才能将糯米纸融化，摸起来有些粘稠，过后也会发霉。杨博就是靠这种方法抽到李佩夫尸体的。为了知道此人有问题，他说
Mr.
和你那些
Shao,
世子们一
that's the
定
guy
会
who died, right?
闹事，
No, that's not the... Is
一
that?
定会推我。试问如何？我根本
Okay.
不明白，近乎先生为我做过什么？父母为了供我读书。
Oh, was he one of the ones who was part of the original myth surrounding this dude?
定是他跟蓝侍郎串通舞弊，应该把他们都抓出去严惩。我看有鬼的就是他，把他轰出去！怪不得每次都是他带头闹事。少智，
Yeah, that
事
much
到
we're
如
not
今，
surprised
镜湖
about.
先生已罪无可逃，你还真以为他是个神仙？
那是自然，我只要在镜湖边放一只纸鹤，先生就会速来锦囊妙计。
Interesting. I'm really intrigued to find out who is going to end up being the person. My bets right now is it's either the queen or it's one of the people who keeps on speaking up every single time the meeting, where they have their stick things and then...
先生竟能滴水不漏，
他为了收买烧纸，竟大费周章地除去了户部尚书楚方同。你不觉得奇怪吗？的确，
It would have to be someone who could gain
直接拿着身子上的
from
谧稿去
all
见
of
其便
this.
是。
而后，马林被无罪释放之后，镜湖先生又设置了鬼笔筒的事，想必是煽动世子们闹事，以逼迫朝廷彻查，后揭露陶州峰的包庇之举。
Yeah.
看来我们也被镜湖先生算在内了。可是他为什么要对付陶大人？
I'm wondering, the guy who keeps on speaking up and agreeing with what we kind of want to occur, the older man, if he somehow gains from having Mr. Tao removed from his position.
大理寺丞，陶州封印，这个符合人的印章是陶大人的，当年母鹿村案竟然是他符合的。
So he might have covered it up, or helped cover it up.
镜湖先生无非就是要陶州峰一死，只要我们向圣上说出始末，求圣上免去陶州峰的死罪，是否就可以让镜湖先生再次出手了？
Yeah, but that's a lot of ifs that I don't have a lot of hope for. I'm kind of scared. Oh no, let me guess, it's from Mr. Jinghu?
告诉二皮家阴司天传说的人，还有高价收购凤凰头的人都是你，是你复仇便复仇， 为何要这么大一拳？
Yeah, that's a good question.
直接杀了他们。
如今又引他替太后，栽赃柳太傅，最后落了个惨死的下场。
我只不过是以彼之道，还施彼身。
That's interesting because that also kind of gives you puzzle pieces to see how they fit into things.
你都不该以杀治杀，更不该牵连无辜之人。
Yeah, but he clearly doesn't think they're innocent. Could you imagine, like, this is a very insane thought and I don't genuinely believe it, but could you imagine if this mysterious person was Zhang Ping's father all along? Like, I know that's impossible because, like, there was obviously witnesses to his execution, but the thought just crossed my mind and I'm like, oh, that would be such a weird twist.
陈朝，这字迹怎么这么像陶大人的？
Oh, was he the mysterious writer all along?
本官从未听说大理寺有这号人。
这不就是木叶生研究疑难怪案的地方吗？
I'm glad that came back because I was wondering about that.
这一切肯定不是杜撰的。20年前，木叶生一定就在大理寺当差。
That's the book that was based on Nanzhe's father's case.
还有，前文谈只有49回，还未写完，木叶生就封笔了，怎么会有50回？
What was the story of that, though?
难道镜湖先生是想告诉你，所有真相都隐藏在这本未见天日的手稿里？
不行，
That's not
我要找陶大人。
like
可是陶大人
implausible.
已经被关进刑律司了，朝廷重犯，禁止探视。
那就找老难帮吧。
But that's not implausible.
我和莫文打过招呼，但时间紧张，得想办法，快点焖出东西来。
This is stressful. But that confuses me because he just said, like, don't try and save his life, but then he instigates Zhang Ping to have more reason to try and save his life, to buy time so that they can find out the truth. Zhang Ping, you look strangely pale. I'm kind of worried about you.
南侍郎跟我扯什么话本子？
这书是您写的，您就是木叶生，对吧？
He's not gonna admit to it. But that's interesting because that tells me that that's probably exactly what happened to him, is he was gonna investigate it, found out it was done by a imperial physician, and then decided not to pursue it any further. And I'm wondering if he found out something from the imperial physician that was so, like, earth destroying that he couldn't pursue it further for fear of his life, basically, which also would make sense why he decided to stop writing. Like, if that were to happen, probably his worldview would shift so completely that he would no longer feel connected to the person that he was when he was writing this originally, like talking about justice and the truth and darkness and all that. And, like, I can't help but think back to my theory about the prince and Zhang Ping might be related, or there was, like, a mess up and the emperor, like, the prince isn't actually the empress's son, something like that.
摩洛村一案背后的凶手究竟是何人？竟令陶四卿如此害怕，连只言片语都不敢吐露。
你们为何还要穷追不舍？
Oh, you seem very confident about that.
我自幼看木叶生的画本长大，一直以来视他为毕生追寻的榜样。来京城之前，
I don't know if he's meaning to appeal to him, but I'm hoping it'll work.
什么倘若人人关心真相，黑暗便无处可藏，真是可笑。张平，
I'm hoping more than anything it's seeing Zhang Ping starting to go down the same path that he himself went down that might
第42回，
changes.
木下窝囊了20年，今晚便再做一回木叶生。
And please don't die before you give us the information, because I'm gonna be so frustrated.
我当即便联想到了京城刚发生的惠安堂灭门案。
Oh, which was the one that was referenced earlier in the show, right?
倘若二皮匠出自太医署，常被出自工部，那屠村并不是旋即一个驻京科首领能调度的了。
一同我当时想的。
So probably this man is well aware of, and that's maybe why he was so terrified originally. Well aware of the fact that, just like everyone else related to the case, his death was imminent, basically.
可我还是没忍住，又继
He
续
was too
查下
curious.
果然发现了更深的秘密。
Okay, and please tell us that secret before someone like shoots you through the.
窝囊村一案很可能是出自太后的手。
I mean, we're not exactly surprised by that, but now they're stuck with the problem of how do they bring the Empress Dowager to justice. They can't really.
以为这包庇是我们朝廷在背后受逆，皇儿既体察民意，
I
便
like
不
the
应改。
contrast of colors, like he's so clearly enshrouded by yellow and she's so clearly enshrouded by red.
你万侍郎都做不到。
可想，经胡先生记恨您，便是因为您当年知而不报了。
Makes sense, but also this mysterious Mr. Jiang Hu is ridiculous for thinking that that would change anything.
赶尽手马，苟且偷案，最终还是难逃一死，有什么意义？
I can't help but feel bad for this man, even though he did many things wrong. Yeah, their worldviews are also basically distracted.
可现实如此，换做你是我，会怎么办？
That's a fair question. This is so complicated. I have so many thoughts, but I'm struggling to like form them into sentences. And the thing is, now that they know the truth, they're going to become the Empress Dowager's next targets.
应西公公这么晚了，
怎么还亲自过来？杀我的人来了。希望你能找到。
Drag him away because he won't go on his own.
再不走，莫文会被。
啊，是啊，回避。好。
Stay there.
明天一早啊，京城百姓便可知晓，您包庇侵犯，自感愧对朝廷。
This is so grim because, like, I have no doubt that these kinds of things genuinely did happen during that time. But seeing it portrayed is so jarring. And the Empress is really just a piece of work.
老臣谢太后恩典。
I'm trying really hard not to cry here. Please don't show that to me. Keep him quiet. Because if they knew, if the eunuch knew that they saw that, they would be on the chopping block next. I should have been more suspicious of the fact that the previous episode was kind of rather like light-hearted when compared to most of the other episodes of the show. I was completely unprepared for this episode. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like they did a good job of like not making light of the mistakes that this man made, but still humanizing him and making me feel very sorry for him and the position that he found himself in, because undoubtedly part of this is definitely his fault, but circumstances also feel as if it kind of like forced him into making decisions that he might not otherwise have made, in the same way that you might kill someone on a battleground when you wouldn't normally do it in everyday life. Again, not to say it's right, but it did humanize him a lot, and I appreciate that they kind of took the time for that, and there was a lot of like answers given even though more questions arose. And I'm absolutely terrified. I'm very intrigued to see where we go from here. But yeah, I can't believe we only have 9 episodes left. It feels a bit surreal. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and otherwise I'll see you guys again next time. 再见。